Hey guys, what is up? It is Dalton here, and welcome to Video Game Finds number 64. Now this week, I've got a pretty cool amount of stuff here, a lot of good local stuff, as well as some pretty good eBay stuff as well. I'm going to show the local stuff first, just because I think the eBay stuff I found is just a little bit cooler, but that's my take on it. But anyways, I've got stuff here from Friday and Saturday, and then I'll just show all the eBay stuff that pretty much just came towards the end of the week anyway. But first I'll go ahead and show the stuff I found on Friday, which I think is really, really cool. It was really exciting to find a bunch of this stuff. So without further ado, let's get started with it. Alright, so the first thing we have here is a Namco TV Games Plug and Play. I found another one of these, which is really cool, from the same Goodwill that I found the Miss Pac-Man one that I showed last video. This was, again, $3. I think that's how much I paid for the other one. If not, maybe that was $2. But anyways, this one was $3. It works very well. There was batteries in it, so that let me know at the store if it turned on or off, but that was all I could test at the place. But then I got home and plugged it in. It works great. So $3 is really, really cool for those. Those are, you know, kind of pricey because it's basically a handheld console if you think about it. And also, while I was there at the same Goodwill, I found a SpongeBob one. And I remember growing up with one of these. I don't know where it is right now. I'm pretty sure we still have it somewhere in this house. We moved with it. I remember seeing it when we moved. But I remember I used to play that all the time when I was younger. So that's really cool that I found another one. This one does have the battery cover on it. The other one did as well that I just showed you. But our personal SpongeBob one that we have does not have the battery cover on it. I have no idea how that happened. Probably just because it was easier to get batteries in and out of it. And that's why we took it off, because every single one of these has like a little screw in it to keep the back shut. So that's probably what we did with ours. We just leave it off so we could get batteries in and out of it because we played it so much. So, but anyways, this one was $3 as well. That's a really good deal. Those are really fun to play. They have so many different games and stuff on. They're just really awesome. So that's cool. And then I've got two PS3 games here. These were $6 each. That's not bad considering the two titles that I picked up here. One I'm keeping and the other one I will sell. But the first one I have here is Burnout Paradise, and this is the Black Label version. And this one is 100% complete, and the disc is immaculate. The one I currently have is my original copy that I got for Christmas one year, but it's a greatest hits. And the only three games that I have in my collection right now that are greatest hits are ones that I got as a gift. So that's why I still have them, but I will keep the greatest hits ones that I have. I won't sell them. I just won't have them out on the shelf for collection purposes. So this will replace the one I currently have. It's just I'm not going to get rid of my other one just because it's a, you know, it was a personal thing that I got as like a gift. So anyway, so there's that. That was $6, and then this one was $6 as well, which is really exciting to find at Goodwill. And that is Grand Theft Auto 5. Which is really crazy. This is still a pretty popular game. That one's also 100% complete, has the map and everything. But this one has a little bit of water damage to the artwork insert, but otherwise it's in really good shape. Otherwise, like, the disc looks brand new, everything like that. So that's very, very cool. So $6, I cannot complain. I think that one still goes for about $20 on PS3, so that's pretty cool that I found that. So awesome. All right, and then later that same day on Friday, I went on a bike ride with my friend Anthony. We just kind of, you know, decided to go hang out and stuff, so we rode around on our bicycles and stuff. And I went around to, you know, the local places like, you know, Arc Thrift Store, Goodwill, Mr. Money, which is a pawn shop chain around here. And I happened to find 4 PlayStation 2 games and a controller here. And I'll go ahead and show the PS2 games first. But the first one here is Final Fantasy X2. It is in it's a greatest hits one, but it's in great shape. It's complete. I already have that one, but I decided to pick it up because it's a more popular title. So there's that one. And then we have the GTA Trilogy on PS2 here. This is the actual trilogy set, but these are all in very good shape. They're all complete with the manual and the map. There's GTA 3. There's GTA Vice City. Complete as well. And then the last one here, San Andreas, also complete. And those discs are in very good shape. I already have the trilogy set, but you know, you can make pretty good money if you have the complete set for PS2, which is really cool. Those games were all $2 each, which is really cool. What was a bummer was they were trying to start looking them up on Amazon, and even though their, you know, sign said $2 a PS2 game, it was really, you know, kind of ridiculous because they were looking up games when they could have done that a long time ago before they even were trying to sell them. But like as soon as you go to buy them, then they look them up. They're like, oh, okay, that's nice. But I still got off with getting them for $2 each. Anyway, but this is the thing that they did look up. This was supposed to be $5, and they looked it up on Amazon. The cheapest one was $7, so thankfully it wasn't too far off. I still bought it anyway. But that is a regular gray Nintendo 64 controller with, I would say, an at least 9 out of 10 joystick. It is very good. This was just a little dirty, not too bad. It's not really banged up or anything, but works very nicely. And that's really cool. For $7, I can't complain. The gray ones go for at least 15, I would say, especially with the good joystick. So that was a really good deal. I'm really happy to find that, so that's cool. Alright, and then later that same day, we went down to a local pawn shop called Friendly Pawn, and we know a guy down there. Me and my brother specifically know a guy down there by the name of Dave, and he's a really awesome guy. He gives me deals on games and stuff every time I go down there. So that was very cool. This was marked at $25. And he said he'd do 17 on it, and after tax and everything it became like $18, which I cannot complain. But I'll show you why this is so special. But anyways, this is a copy of The Legend of Zelda on NES, and it's the gold cart. But this isn't just any Zelda on NES. This is the 5-screw Zelda, which is really, really cool. This is very hard to find. I've only seen a couple of them on eBay ever since I started collecting, and I've never seen one in person. Out of all the game stores and places I've been to, I've never seen a 5-screw gold Zelda. So that is very, very cool. And this is actually pretty pricey. It can go upwards of like $40, $45, which is insane. Just because it's a first edition 5-screw cartridge, which is really cool. So I was really happy to pay $18 for this. This is very cool to add to the collection. So very awesome. So there's that. Now, the rest of the stuff I'll show is from yesterday local finds. So all this came from 2 Goodwills, which is really cool. There was one thing that came from one Goodwill, and then the rest of the stuff came from another. So I'll go ahead and show the one piece first, just because it's singled out. So what we have here is another Miss Pac-Man plug and play. It's not as good as the other one I picked up last weekend, but it's still in pretty good shape, and it works very nicely. Very cool. This one was I believe $2, which is really cool. And this had this one didn't have batteries in it, but I had to unscrew it, put batteries in it, and it worked fine. So that's very cool. I will sell that one because I don't need 2 of the same one, but that is very cool. So that's awesome. And then the other Goodwill, I found 2 more PS3 games, an Xbox game, and a PS2 game. I'll go ahead and show the PS2 game first, and then the Xbox game, and then so on and so forth. So the PS2 game I got from Goodwill yesterday was Finding Nemo on PS2 here, which is like brand new. It barely opens, which is really cool. And the disc looks like it was played maybe once, and that's really cool because I like getting as new as I can games because they just, they kind of spice up the collection a little bit, make them look a little bit nicer. So that's really cool. And then the other game here, or the one of the other games here I got was for original Xbox, which is Burnout 3 Takedown, but it is missing the manual. But there was 2 discs inside of it. It's, one's pretty banged up and the other one looks decent. I'm not sure if this, the one on top here is really scratched. I don't know if that'll work or not. I don't have an Xbox to test it. It could possibly work, but I couldn't guarantee that. But this was $2, which isn't a bad deal. And especially if that other disc works, that's 2 games for 1 price, so that's not bad. And then we've got 2 PS3 games here. The first one here was $6. It's probably because it's, more relevant of a title, and that is Final Fantasy 13. And I cannot complain at that price. This is like a $17, $18 game at least. It's also in very good shape, complete, 100%, really cool. That's awesome. I hardly find the Final Fantasy games in the wild, except for, like the PS2 ones, of course, but the newer ones, especially like that, are really cool, so that's awesome. And then the last one here for PS3 is Grand Theft Auto 4. This one I saw on Friday, but I didn't want to pay $4. I think this one was marked at $4. I didn't want to pay $4 for it, just because, I don't know, I just didn't have that feeling at the time to get it, but this one is 100% complete, and the disc looks great as well. So I ended up getting this one half off for $2, which is really cool. And the reason I got this is because I already have this, but I have the Big Box Special Edition, Collector's Edition bonus bundle, but it doesn't have a copy of the game in it, so now I can put this in there with it, so that's very cool. So there's that. And then, I was digging through the bins, and I ended up finding 4 Sega Genesis controllers here. All of these are the 3-button ones, but they all work very nicely, 100%. I tested them on my Sega Genesis with Sonic 2, but these are really good shape. Otherwise, they've got, you know, a couple of splits in the cords here and there, but $4 each. I cannot complain at all, because you could probably get, you know, maybe 17, 18 bucks for a set of 2 or whatever. I've looked at them online and stuff, so I could possibly double up my money almost if I, you know, work with it and get money back on those controllers. So that's very cool that I found those. So awesome.